Hello, this is Tasty Eats by Tess. Today we're going to be making a peri peri chicken. It's going to be with fingerling potatoes. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So we're just starting out with our sauce, which is pretty well quick and easy. It's 2 red peppers. So I've already gone ahead and taken the outer edges off of one of them. And I find this to be one of the easiest ways to get the flesh of your red pepper off. So that's how I do it. And this is just on a very, very rough chop because we're going to be cooking this. So we'll just continue on along with this. And I haven't made this for a while, but I can tell you, you're really in for a treat when you do this one. It's amazing. It's so flavorful. Takes a while in the oven on a slow cook, but when it's ready, it's really a crowd pleaser. So it's something you want to do when you're having guests over, I would think. And you'd be marinating this for quite a while too, just on the countertop. And we're almost there. Perfect. We'll go ahead and add those. If you get a couple of seeds in there, don't worry about it. It's a sweet red pepper. So this part of it's not hot. So basically, that's all the chopping that you have to do there. And then we have 2/3 cup of white wine vinegar. You just throw it all in the one pot. We're going with 1 cup of olive oil. Don't skimp on the olive oil. It has to be there. And we'll go with 2 tablespoons of oregano. It'll be 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you're afraid of the heat, use less and just add one of your favorite hot spices or hot sauces even. This 1 teaspoon is about good. Just a level teaspoon there. And the same for the turmeric, just the 1 teaspoon. And a touch more without it spilling, hopefully. Yeah, that's good. And we have smoked paprika. We're going with 2 tablespoons of that as well. Just take off this lid. Nice red smoked paprika. Just love this. We're going with 2 tablespoons also of lemon pepper. And that's about it. Except we do have here a lemon that we'll be squeezing. It's the juice of 1 lemon. All going in. This lemon has a very, very thick skin. Good. In the meantime, I'm just going to put this on here to heat up for a little. And we're also going to chop up some garlic with that. So here we are, we have 8 large cloves of garlic. And this does not have to be finely chopped. And it's probably best if it's not. Because we are going to be blitzing this up in the blender after everything is cooked down a bit. So just rough. And I'll be taking you over there just to see how it looks in the meantime. A little more here. Just don't want any super large chunks in it, basically. It's what you're looking for. And again, very rough. I really can't wait for dinner tonight. This is so good. And there we go. We'll just add that now to the rest of the ingredients. So here we go. We'll just give that a little bit of a stir here, just to mix it up with the oil and the lemon and so on. It's such a beautiful, vibrant color. You could see that. Gorgeous. So we'll just add our garlic to that as well. Lots and lots and lots of garlic. You won't be sorry. And this is how it looks so far. So we just continue on with this on a low heat, fairly low heat, for about 7 to 10 minutes. Then we just let it cool, and I'll show you the next steps. Great, so we're going to go ahead and just blend this up. So I'm going to put it in here. A handy dandy little pouring spout here. That's the first time I'm using this pot. We'll see how well that works. So it's good for the liquids. Great, we want to get every little drop out of there because there's some spices lingering at the bottom. And we'll just go ahead now. Let's see. Oh yeah, good. Let's make sure this is on properly. Go ahead with that. And we want it to be nice and smooth. And there we go. So we'll just get some of this out of the way. And I'm going to show you now how to spatchcock the chicken. So I'll get one of my chickens from over here. That out of the way. And we don't actually need this string that's holding the tied legs together here. Which goes under the wing and around. We just take that out. So what we're looking to do here at this point is we're just taking out this bone here along the back of the chicken. And you can basically see where that bone is. It's a very thick, hard bone. But just beside that are small ribs, so you're able to get your scissors in there and just cut that out. So these are kitchen shears. That's what I'm using. I find those to work the best and the easiest. You just snap that pulling it off. And basically, you're done. So this is it here. You'll keep that for any of you that like to make soup, as I do. You can get a nice chicken broth from that. So basically that's where we are with this. And you just want to give it a push down in the middle just to crack that breastbone so that it lays a little more flat. I'm going to just give it another snap there in between. And that's it. You got it. It does have to snap, so you'll see it's flapping back and forth, and it's going to lay nice and flat for you. So what I do, lay it flat, tuck those wing tips underneath so that they don't pop up and burn during the cooking process. So there we are, underneath. And we'll go ahead, because we do have two of these, and we'll just show you that again. So very simple. Nothing much to that. I'm going to keep that little piece as well. Getting rid of that piece of string here. There we go. We're out. Again, cutting along the side of that backbone. I'm just going to maybe bring it a little closer so you can actually see where that bone is here. And it's about, I'd say, 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide here, right in the center of your chicken. You see that? Here we go. Continuing on. And there's a natural little hole here at the end where the wings are at the bottom here. So your scissors will just slide right through that. And you can see it's not that difficult to crack those. They're very small, fine bones, really. And that's it. Go ahead, place that in our bag. And we want to take a look here and just make sure that there's a little piece there that can be a bit tough when you're trying to flatten your chicken out, basically. And that's it. Great. So I'm going to throw this in as well. I'll put them side by side. And I think I'll put them with the legs inward, and I'm just going to wash up my hands here a little because I'll not be able to open that top. Beautiful. And there we go. So we can get this now out of the way. Chicken on there. And what we're going to do is, as I promised, we do have our fingerling potatoes. So what I'm going to do is just half them in half, the larger ones. If you see any little dark spots on your potatoes, you can remove that off. So we're going with halves on these big ones. There's some very super small ones. You can see the difference here. So that, just throw it in whole. And we continue on with that. I like fingerling potatoes because they tend to be, I think they hold moisture somehow. They tend to be more juicy than most potatoes. So we'll just go with that. Continue on, some small, some big. That's good. And with fingerling, make sure that you're washing the potatoes because there are some little tiny black specks on them and it is soil. Just take a nice sharp paring knife and cut those down the center. Wow. I couldn't wait to do this video too because it's rather fun, all these little steps. So it's really something though that you'd want to probably tackle on the weekend because of those little steps, but trust me when I say it's a lot of fun making it. And I think that one of the reasons it is fun making this is because it tastes so good. You're just going to be so proud when you make it. And so are your guests. So basically that's all we're doing. Just throw them in and around like that. Doesn't matter where they fall. And here we go. We'll just put this over the top, if I can get it off because it was quite warm. Oh, yeah, not easy. So I'm going to take a moment to do this. All right, so in the meantime, I did get that lid off. I had to ask Paul because it was like I put it on there with a pipe wrench or something. But here we go, nice and saucy. Just pour that all over the top like that. Just like that. And you could let that cool a little more, actually, than I have here. Just mix up so that all your potatoes are nicely covered in the sauce. And your chicken. And you can put this into the fridge now and leave it in there for 2 hours. And then in the last hour, take that out of the fridge and let it sit on the countertop before baking that in the oven. And I'll show you how that's done as soon as the 2 hours expire. Great, so we can go ahead and start baking this now. It's been in the fridge for 2 hours and then 1 hour on the countertop. And we're about to put it in at 300 degrees. Very low temperature. It's kind of a low and slow idea. And we'll leave that on 300 for 2 hours. All right, so we're about to take this out and see how it turned out. It's supposed to rest. What I do with this normally is I take it out and I let it rest with the tin foil over the top. And that's usually about a half an hour or so that I'm doing that. And I'm just going to take out here a leg. And I think I'm going to move it over to the other side where my plate is. Let's just get this moved. Over to here. Perfect. There we go. That looks about right. And we'll go with our leg. Perfect. And we'll also need some potato to go on that as well, along the side. Just like that. Nice. Great. And we want a little bit of that juice to just drizzle over the top of everything, really. Beautiful. You're not going to regret the sauce. Great. And I'm just going to serve that also with a little bit of salad. Just a very basic tomato salad here with a bit of lettuce and greenery. Perfect. Just like that. Put a little bit of basil. Break that over the top of the salad. Just for some extra flavor here. A little more. We like fresh basil. Great. And we'll put some balsamic. This is an aged balsamic. Just a tiny bit. Drizzled over the top like that. And a tiny bit of olive oil. Not too much, just a little drizzle here and there. Tiny bit of Himalayan pink salt. And we're going to go ahead and taste that. Let's go ahead with this. See? The potato. Make sure you get your sauce on there. Mmm. Oh wow. Oh. Guys, it's definitely heaven. You really have to give this a try. It may take a while to do, as I say, but in the end, if you love to cook, it's going to be quite a bit of the day, but it's really definitely worth it. So you should give it a try. For a recipe that works, go ahead, give it a try. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.